So about a year ago when COVID hit and it seemed like most of us went remote, you know, I was having a tough time staying active and spending a lot of time behind my computer. I noticed this was the case with a lot of my friends and peers as well. So I decided one day from 9 to 5 to walk the entire workday to inspire other remote workers to get outside and stay active on a daily basis. I ended up walking 26 or 27 miles, which is the farthest I had ever gone by foot in one day. And along the way, I made calls, I caught up with people, with prospects. I sent video messages on LinkedIn, found a way to make it productive. And ever since then, I've kind of been on this mission to inspire remote workers to get outside and stay active. So this past Sunday, I decided to walk from sunrise to sunset just to see how far I could go and to try to show others just how far you can go by taking one small step at a time. So without further ado, this is how it played out. Good morning. I'm still pretty tired, but I'm actually walking now, finally. I'm walking from sunrise to sunset today. I got up at like 4:40 a.m. and I was out the door at like 5:08 a.m., which I think sunrise was at 5:07 a.m. So I think I missed my morning mark by like a minute, but in the grand scheme of things, that does not matter. All right, breakfast today, nectarine. I'm trying to eat as many whole foods today as possible. I think a lot of people think when you like go on an adventure, and I know I thought this too early on, like you got to bring the Cliff Bars or you got to bring the energy bars or whatever it may be. But like, in my opinion, the best thing you can feed your body is whole foods. So you can see the old railroad ties essentially right here. This bike path was kind of born out of this rail right here. That kind of serves as a nice little memory of its history and past. I'll be honest, sometimes finding a porta potty is the best thing ever. Hey, look, that's me. Cool. And while as I walk by these like bushes, there are bumblebees everywhere. Look at that. All right, so I've reached Arlington Great Meadows, which is one of my favorite spots. Just this beautiful, open, birds everywhere. I'm on this boardwalk right now. It's literally, you can see over there, see where that bench is? That's where the Minuteman bike path is. So this is like an offshoot. There's trails all around here. It's pretty actually boggy and wet, so you can't walk everywhere, hence this boardwalk. But the towns of Arlington and Lexington, especially right around the Minuteman bike path, have a ton of trails that have been built and managed over the years that are really worth checking out. Here's one of my snacks for the day. We got some grape tomatoes. Really hydrating, tasty, whole food. Pretty good. All right, so we have a deer right there, right off the trail. Hey, deer. Let's let him do his thing. So right now I'm on the Battle Road Trail, which commemorates the events of April 19th, 1775, where basically the Revolutionary War was kicked off. I'm coming up on a very significant spot right here. I'll show it to you. And if you've ever heard of Paul Revere, the horse rider, the messenger, this is where Paul was captured. All along the Battle Road Trail, there are these historical homes and relics of the past, which are really well preserved. We've got a snake right here. I don't know what species it is. I've seen a few of them. And actually didn't see snakes in New England until this summer for the first time. Grew up very familiar with them in Florida, but it's amazing to see their body. I don't know if you can notice, but their body's like pulsating right now. They probably love the heat of summer. Okay, so I have reached a very famous body of water in New England, Walden Pond. And it's known for Henry David Thoreau's inspiration in writing, where he descended to Walden and really gained his inspiration from nature. So now it's a pretty popular place for people to come and walk or swim, as this person's doing down there. And you can see the water's really clear. There's a bunch of fish right in front of me. I'm gonna jump in right now and get a nice cool down. So this is the cabin site of Henry David Thoreau. And I'll just read off this sign. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I guess everyone puts a little stone up here, so let me add to the collection. Thank you, Henry. So on a day like today where I'm walking all day, I end up in an art museum. All I can do is run and pace around. This is not a good situation, but I'm still gonna see everything. All right. If you look off way into the distance, you can actually see a few mountain peaks, which is not something you normally see like in Boston, but from these views and high enough up here, which I think we're maybe like 400 feet up, 300 feet up, you can see them pretty well. I'm kind of headed on my way back to my house now. I think I'm like 20 miles away though, so I guess in order for me to get home, I'm gonna have to hit like the 55-mile mark today. We'll see. I feel good though. I've got a bacon, lettuce, tomato in my pack. I've got some water. I've been fueling up. I wanted to show people today how far you could go if you just put one foot in front of the next. Baby steps, step after step after step after step. Now I've made it about 35 miles so far, and I've got a long way to get back home. I got like 5 hours of sunlight left. So it's pretty amazing how if you just put your mind to something and just start moving in that direction, you can get pretty far. You don't necessarily have to go fast. You don't have to kill yourself doing it. You know, I've been enjoying this walk along the way. Met up with a friend, had lunch, jumped in the water. Like, that's what this is about. This is about showing people how far you can go by just taking those small steps. So now I'm like under these power lines here. Honestly, don't really know where I am. I just got off like the Minuteman, or the Minuteman Historical Park area. And although there's like power lines and this is a little less scenic, more industrial, I definitely appreciate these parts of the walks too, just because, you know, this is a reality of our society and our infrastructure. On these walks that I enjoy doing, you definitely see things that you normally wouldn't notice or you wouldn't think to notice because you have to. Like, I'm spending the next maybe 10 to 15 minutes walking along these power lines, and I can't help but actually notice them and ponder why they're there, how they got there, other things that are involved in that process. So I really appreciate how these walks just make you look more into detail with our surrounding environment, surrounding infrastructure, things of that nature. So I have some appreciation for this. I'm in this really like swampy, boggy area now, and I'll be honest, my legs are starting to hurt. I feel every step to some extent, and it's just a little bit of achiness, kind of, not like any sharp pain, just a little bit of discomfort. So, you know, as much as I feel pretty good overall, there certainly is pain. It took, I'd say, to about like mile 37, I guess, to get to that. And this is different for everyone. And I know that personally, for me, this used to happen around like mile 15 or mile 20 when I started walking longer distances. And it could depend on the day too, I guess, the weather. But yes, I am starting to feel a little bit of soreness, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting back home, maybe cracking open a beer, maybe having some chocolate milk, maybe eating 10 chicken pot pies or maybe 5 pizzas. I'm kind of looking forward to it, I'll be honest. So my favorite place to eat when I'm on like a long adventure like this is grocery stores. So this is a place called the Wagon Wheel. It's like a farm stand. They've got amazing stuff. I'm really lucky I found this, but got a banana in my hand right now. Honestly, I was looking at some Cokes. I've got like 3 hours left. I want a little, but that's probably not the healthiest thing. Maybe some like Culture Pop soda, or maybe some cake. No, not probably cake. Let's go over here. Maybe some cheese. I mean, I'm just hungry, I'll be honest. Maybe some, I was looking at these Kalamata olives, or maybe these. Yeah, I've got some decisions to make, but maybe I'll just get it all. Okay, we have reached maybe one of my all-time favorite spots in and around Boston. It's called Rock Meadow Conservation Area. And I've done a good amount of mountain biking here, and you can see there's just some sweet, nice dirt single track. It's kind of grown in now, but it's just this open area, and you can't see everything with the high grass right now. But in New England especially, like there's just so many forests, which is awesome. Like it's its own unique look. But whenever you get a break from that and you open up, it's just this nice feeling of freedom. And I just really enjoy it. So if you're in the Boston area, you got to check out, it's called the Western Greenway. It'll take you all through, first of all, through this spot, but then through another bunch of other cool spots as well. So check it out. I'm about to go through a downhill right here. Kind of imagining myself on the mountain bike, although my legs are not working that well right now. Oh, look at that. You can't maybe not see the elevation, but straight down there, you get so much speed, and then whoosh, whoosh, so fun. I'm like a mile from home, and honestly, it could not feel further. I'm kind of laughing now, but I am definitely feeling very sore, and I'm so ready to be done and take a warm bath and drink a beer. Like, I'm telling you, I'm very ready. So this is not all roses and flowers. I feel very sore, definitely in the hip region, just like an overall soreness. Really curious about what tomorrow will feel like. I'll actually update you all on that for some anecdotal storytelling and advice. Regardless, I'm ready to get home. So after about 15 hours of walking from sunrise to sunset, I ended up going 52.8 miles. I was pretty proud of that. I pretty much shattered my personal record of a year ago, going about 26.2 in one day. And I feel pretty proud of it. But here's the thing. The current world record holder for 24 hours of walking is Jesse Castaneda. Jesse walked 142 miles in 24 hours. I think that's just a testament to the fact that if you step outside and keep stepping, you can go really far. So that was kind of the whole goal here today. I've got a lot ahead of me. We all have a lot ahead of us, and all you can do is take it one step at a time. So have a great day, everyone. Bye. I just wanted to check in, let you all know how I'm feeling today. By the end of the day yesterday, I was feeling extremely sore at the end of my walk. Getting it home was a very good feeling, and I expected to be much more sore this morning. But when I woke up, I felt, I'd say like 92% overall. So that was a surprise for me. Still have some good energy. I'm walking to a meeting right now, taking the train into Seaport in Boston. And yeah, so I'm still mobile. My body isn't wrecked. I think if anything, that's kind of a testament to the fact that walking is a pretty low impact activity. Obviously, everyone's gonna have different recovery times and things of that nature. But if I really had to do what I did yesterday again today, I think my body could handle it. I'm pretty confident. So I guess if anything, this just goes to show that I need to set the bar a little bit higher next time. But yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. I feel very fortunate that I do feel good and that I actually can live a fun day today, be productive, and not just be in bed aching all day. I feel great. So thank you all for following along. Have a great day.